New year, new me. Isn't that what they always say? Hello, everyone. I'm here to talk about the new year because it's December and it's going to be 2022 next year. And I went to dinner with a bunch of my girlfriends, I don't know, a couple days ago. And we basically just like sat around the table in this like fancy Italian restaurant. And it was like the most feminine energy I've ever experienced in my life. And it was awesome. And we basically just talked about what we wanted to do in the new year, like our resolutions and what we wanted the year to look like. And it was so fun and it was so exciting. So here's the deal. Here's our little, here's our agreement. I'm going to tell you about what I want to do next year and what I think 2023 will be like and everything. And I need you guys to comment below and tell me about your year. Tell me about what you want to do. Tell me your resolutions. Tell me your hopes. Tell me your dreams. Tell me everything because I want to know because it's fun. Okay. So before I talk about specific things that I would like to do, because there are some like goals, I guess, that I have in mind, let me just talk about how this past year was for me and what I would like to be different for the next year. I think that's a good starting point. So I feel, and I want to know what you guys feel about 2022 as well before we move on to 2023, but I feel like 2022 for me was a year where I was proven right in a lot of ways, which felt really good. As you guys know, I've had to believe in myself a lot the past couple years, and a lot of the stuff that I have been like trusting my gut on and maybe being told that it was wrong or a bad decision or whatever, or that I was scared of doing maybe, but did anyway. A lot of those things have been proven to be good things. So like, supporting Emin is obviously the biggest one, moving out to LA, getting a job. Like I did a lot of scary things this year that I maybe did not know if they were a good idea. And some people told me were not a good idea, but they came to fruition, if that makes sense. And I was proven right. So I feel like this past year, 2022, has taught me to trust my gut. It has taught me that I know myself for the most part. I know what is good for me, and I know like instantly, like I just kind of have feelings about things, and I kind of know if something is a good idea or not. I think I have a good read on people for the most part. Obviously I'm not like a psychic or whatever, but for the most part, the decisions that I've made that have been the most scary and big and life-changing have just been me taking a leap of faith. And so I feel like this year has proved to me that that's a good idea. I wonder if some of you, I'm curious to know if some of you have the opposite experience. Like, have you guys had some things where you're like, I should not have done that. I should not have trusted my gut. I was totally wrong on that and I had the wrong idea. If you have any of those, please tell me because I want to know. But I feel like that was definitely a big lesson for me. I just need to interrupt the video to tell you guys about the sponsor of today, which is physibo. As you guys know, I work from home full time and having a good place to work is really, really important to me. So I recently got this desk from them. And not only is it super cute and functional because it has a bunch of storage spaces, it's really sturdy, it looks really good, but it's also a standing desk. So if I'm ever sitting down too long and I'm really tired or it hurts or whatever, and I just want to stand up for once in my life, then I can just push this little button, it raises all the way up, and then I can work while standing up. And then I can put it right back down whenever I want to sit again. They have a lot of different desk options, but this one is called the electric standing desk with multi-shelf. So it has a monitor stand, which keeps me from looking down when I'm working. I can look up or straight ahead. It has under the desk storage, and it has a panel that prevents your items from falling off the desk. It's really nice to not just have like a flat desk because then I can put some of my camera stuff, I can put my hard drives, I can put my keyboard, anything that I need to put on my desk, there's room for it. And the under the desk storage is really nice because it kind of hides it away and you can't see it as well when I need to put certain things that maybe aren't as pretty to put on the top of the desk. So if you guys want to try physibo and get a desk for yourself, maybe you work from home like me, maybe you're a student, or maybe you just want a cute desk for your room or your home office, you can use my discount code and my link to save some money, and those are both in the description. Thank you again to physibo for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to the episode. And then I feel like this year was honestly, to be real with you, one of the first years I feel like I've gotten my adult stuff together. I feel like early 20s is like you're learning how to be on your own, at least for most people. I feel like I guess I'm at the year where people like graduate college and really start to live on their own and everything. But for me, early 20s have been like figuring out how to be clean, figuring out how to take care of myself, figuring out how to raise my dog and like be in a relationship and be married and all this kind of stuff that like I'm dealing with. I feel like I am different than a lot of my friends, at least the friends that are my age, in that I'm in a different phase of life than them. So sometimes I feel a little bit alone in this, but I have made some older friends recently that I relate to a little bit more. But I feel like I've just been trying to figure out how to be an adult and like have it together. And this year, 2022, has been the first year that I've been like consistent with things, which I talked about more in one of my last videos. But I feel like I've grown the most into a woman this year. And I feel like it's only going to keep happening. One of my friends, when I was at dinner, was saying something like she's turning 25 next year. And she was like, it is crazy to me. And it makes sense to me, like, that my brain is developing, because the closer I get to 25, the more like logical, level-headed, and I guess mature I feel. And I was like, that's kind of how I feel. I'm not at 25 yet, so I'm really excited to get like closer and closer to that like full brain development, but I am like inching towards it, and I'm noticing it. Like, I'm noticing that I am not a basket case like I maybe was when I was 20 or 19, which is pretty cool. So that's nice. And then on top of that, I feel like I have like adult friends, which makes me feel like more of an adult. So I feel like not only am I getting good habits together and everything, but I have friends who are also kind of doing the same. And that's nice. Now, if you're looking at my hair right now, which I cannot stop looking at in my camera, it looks like shit. And this is something I do need to get together, because look at my ends. Are you kidding me? I want to dye my hair red really bad. I've been thinking about it a lot. I don't know if it's a mistake or if I'm just like being annoying and impatient and I'm bored and I'm going to regret it, but I really want to. So I think I'm going to not do it because I have this urge to impulsively do it. But also I've thought about it for weeks. Okay, whatever. I'm getting off topic. My point is, I feel 2022 has been a year of growth in my maturity. Okay. But let's talk about next year. Let's talk about 2023. I feel like, here's what I feel like. Okay. Hear me out. I don't want to be dramatic, but I feel like 2023, oh my God, I really hope this doesn't get jinxed and I don't look back on this video and think, oh my God, you're so stupid. How could you believe that or think that? But hear me out. I feel like 2023 is going to be the best year ever. Not necessarily the best year, like maybe it'll be really hard. Maybe it will be very trying and difficult, but even if it's hard, even if maybe I'm unhappy or whatever, I feel like 2023 is going to be my biggest year yet. I feel like Emin's career is going to be at the biggest it's ever been. Obviously, I think it'll keep getting bigger after 2023, but I don't think it's going to go anywhere anytime soon. I don't think it's getting less good next year. That was not English, but I don't think his career is going to get any worse, is my point. I think it's only going to get better. He has a lot of really, really, really exciting plans for next year already, and it's not even January yet. And so I kind of feel like that's going to be huge, which is amazing. And that's obviously going to trickle down to me, and my life is going to change because of it. So I really hope that happens. Okay. I think his career is going to be really big. And then also I feel like my career is going to change a lot, because I don't know, I can't talk too much about things because nothing's happened yet. And I have some ideas for ways that I want to kind of change my career path in the next year. Not like change my entire 9-to-5 life necessarily, but like adjust some things, change up my time, like add some things in. I have some really, really cool ideas that I want to tell you guys about, but I won't tell you about them yet because I want it to be exciting and together when I do tell you. But yeah, I kind of feel like okay, this is my analogy. I feel like I have been building up a toolkit. I feel like I have been going to Home Depot and shopping the, wrench section, the nails, the quick hardening caulk. If you guys have seen New Girl, you know what I'm saying. That was a bad joke. But anyway, the screwdrivers, the sanders, you know what I mean? I feel like I have been collecting tools, and now I have a whole toolbox, and it's really expensive, and it rolls, you know what I mean? Those fancy ones, not a shitty one, a fancy toolbox, okay? And I feel like next year I'm ready to build a damn house. I feel like next year I can take on any challenge. I can add more to my plate. I feel like I am going to be better at being an adult next year, even better than I have been this year, because I've been building some good habits. I don't know. I feel like that's how you grow. I feel like that's how you change as a person. You slowly get better in different aspects of life. And then that growth that you see kind of builds on the growth that you want, if that makes sense. Like it all builds on each other. It's all just like one day at a time, 1 week at a time, 1 month at a time. You add stuff and you add stuff and you add stuff. You add good habits. You add more responsibility. You take care of yourself a little bit better. You just kind of get a little bit better over time, not in a linear sense, not like every single day it gets better, but like there's ups and downs and they, the ups get higher and the lows get higher. So like, you know what I mean? Does that make sense, guys? Not linear, like up and down. And eventually you are like, oh, cool, I've made some life changes. And then you just keep going. Like, I feel like there's maybe an expectation that when you get your life together, when you, I don't know, reach your goals, when you feel like you are an adult, I keep saying an adult, but you know what I mean? I feel like there's this expectation that when you finally do the things that you want to do in life and you're finally content with where you're at, it's going to happen like overnight. But if I've learned anything in the past few years, it's that it's just over time and it's like trial and error, and you just get a little bit smarter and you get a little bit better at decision making, and then stuff just kind of happens over time. So I feel like I'm at the fruition part. I feel like I'm at the time of life where things are going to start getting really cool and really exciting, and I'm going to do a lot more, and I'm going to be a lot better next year. So I really, really hope that happens, and I really hope I'm not like jinxing it or something. I don't really believe in jinxing, but if it is a real thing, I hope it doesn't happen because I want this to be true. But anyway, let's talk about some specific, I guess, resolutions that I have, just like some goals that I have, because I've kind of talked about the general, feeling that I have for next year, but I want to get a little bit specific. So, number 1, I want to keep working out, but I want to ramp it up. I really do. This is probably the hardest thing that I'll do next year, to be honest with you, because being consistent in the gym is so unbelievably hard. And like, I started on and off working out in October, I think. No, in September. I started on and off working out, and now it's December. And I've been like so inconsistent with it. And like, I'll have a week where I do it 5 times, then I'll have a week where I don't do it at all. And it's kind of annoying, but I really, 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 really next year want to do it consistently. Like, I want to be a gym girly. I want to be in the gym every single day. I want to grow my glutes. I want to have quads, like I want to look different. Like that's in the healthiest way possible. It's not because I dislike my body right now. Like, I'm totally fine with it right now, but I really like the concept of working really hard in the gym and doing really hard things, and like, I don't know, being kind of strict with your diet and having a lot of protein and being really healthy in a lot of ways, and then like seeing results. Like, I really, really want that to happen because right now I'm kind of just inconsistently working out and it's not changing anything, and I don't really feel any different or look any different or anything. It's just kind of like, I don't know, I don't have enough consistency to see results yet. So I would like to be consistent enough to see results. That would be great. And then another thing that Emmett and I really want to do, I guess this is more of a couple goal, is move into a house. We don't want to buy a house because that's, a little bit premature. If we lived in Nashville, maybe we would get there next year. But living in LA, it's like extremely expensive to buy a house. And some of you might be saying, oh, why don't you move back to Nashville? Number 1, I personally don't I'm not obsessed with Nashville. If Emmons' family still lives there and like my family is there, then I would move back there to have children, just because I feel like I have to raise my kids around family. Like, I'm not going to raise them by myself with Emmon. But if both sides of our family are not there, like if Emmons' family, for example, moves to California or something like that, then I don't see myself moving back to Nashville permanently. Maybe somewhere else. Sometimes I talk about living in NorCal again, that's just where I'm from. I wouldn't move back to my hometown, but like moving somewhere near San Francisco would be really cool because the weather's really nice and it's really cute, and it's a little bit more like real than LA, because LA is a little bit of a, not a dystopia, but LA is a little bit of like a, I don't know, there's like celebrities and it's kind of crazy here. So it's not really a place I would live my entire life. I'm not sure. Honestly, who knows, but I'm not sure. But I could see myself living in NorCal or something like that. And maybe I'll move back to Tennessee. But right now, at this point in my life. I don't want to leave LA. I love living here. I have so many good friends here, and Emin's career is obviously here. So I'm very lucky that the place that I want to live happens to be the place that my husband needs to live, because he has a lot of opportunities that are like last minute, or he needs to go to an LA or whatever. He meets a lot of people here. His managers live here. Like, everything's here for him. So we are definitely staying here for the time being. With that being said, we would like to get out of this apartment. We love the complex that we're in. I love my apartment. It's so nice. It's so great. It's so safe. It's just awesome, especially for Emin traveling. Like, I feel great here. But, however, it's, small. It's like 700 square feet or something, which is like little. It's not like the tiniest thing in the world, but it's small for 2 people and a dog. And like, I want Norman to have space. I want him to have a backyard. I don't want to have to take him to daycare or to a dog park for him to get exercise. I walk him all the time with Emin, but like, I want him to be able to run around. I want to be able to open my back door, have my dog run out. I'm chilling on the back porch or whatever. I'm chilling in a chair and he's just hanging out in the grass, I really want that life for him. I want him to be more of an outdoor dog, not like live outside, but you know what I mean? Be outside more. So we want to rent a house next year. That is the goal, is to move out of this apartment, rent a house, get something cute in LA with a small backyard. It's going to be expensive. It's going to be more money than this apartment, but I'm hoping that with some of the ideas that I have for my business life, then I'll make a little bit more money next year, and so will Emin. So yeah, hopefully we can do that. That would be amazing. That is one of my biggest goals, I guess. We want to buy a new car. That would be really, really cool. We have a lot of ideas. I think we know which one we want to get, but it's really not that special. It's just like a Toyota. But yeah, we want to get a new car. And I would say, to wrap up all my resolutions, my general goal for next year, maybe my word for next year, dare I say, maybe I pick a word for next year, is consistency. I would like to up my consistency. I feel like I've been the most consistent I've ever been this year. And I haven't even been that consistent this year. Like, my entire life has been very volatile, very inconsistent, very random, very stressful. And so 2023, I want to up it. I want to be more strict with my routines, and I don't want to give up on my goals, because I tend to give things up. I tend to do things that are, I guess, unachievable or what's the word? Unrealistic to do on a consistent basis. Like, I get in over my head and I get stressed out and I give up and whatever. But like, I want to not only be consistent, but I want to do things. This is hard to explain. I basically want to do things in a way that supports consistency. I don't just want to get excited about something and then start doing it and then realize, oh, I can't do this actually, or, oh, I don't actually like this or whatever. Like, I want to take my time. I want to make calculated decisions. I don't want to rush into things. And like, if I'm going to make a life change, I want to make it last. And I want to build life changes on life changes on life changes so that I can keep it going. That's basically my goal. Okay? And I think if I do those things, I will progress so much. And I really, really, really hope that at the end of next year, I can look back on this and be like, oh, great. She did all the things she wanted to do. And now I'm feeling the urge to watch a video that I made in 2021, because I think I made this exact video. Or no, I made it in 2020. I made a video at the end of 2020 talking about 2021. And I want to see what I said because I'm curious. But yeah, I think that sounds great. Sounds like a good year if I can do that. I really want to hear about your guys' years. I want to hear about your goals. I want to hear about your memories. Tell me anything. Anything you want to hear, leave it in the comments. And I appreciate you guys listening to me. As usual, I love you and I'll see you soon. My voice cracked. I'm sorry. Okay, bye.